Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Bri from BriannaLentz.com, and today is Flosstube number 13. Sorry, I'm like not all the way in the frame. I have to move over so my hands aren't weird. Anyway, I hope you all have been doing well. It's more than a week. The once a week floss tubes I thought were going to be the best idea ever. I was going to be able to just like throw everything out there. It's not working, obviously. So every 2 to 3 weeks, I think, is more reasonable, right? Don't you agree? I think once a week was a little bit much. Anyway, I have lots of things to share with you today. I hope, like I said, I hope you've been doing well. My husband's been really busy at work, which means I'm busier at home. And my daughter is off for spring break. I wanted to record this yesterday, didn't happen. So today is Saturday, and we are doing. Anyway, so let's go ahead and just jump right into stitching. I have been stitching, and I've been doing a lot of other things as usual. If this is the first video that you've seen from me, then hi, thanks for coming, thanks for dropping by. No, but for real, thank you for being here. And I'm a multi-crafter, so I stitch quite a bit, but I also do a lot of other things. I crochet, I knit, I'm getting into quilting again. I'll share more of that with you after I talk about my stitching, but a lot of fun things. But first of all, let's talk about my finish for the week. I finished Carrot Patch by Stitching with the Housewives. I think it's called Carrot Patch anyway. That's what I'm going to call it. I think that's right. Anyway, this is part of their tiered tray bits, that series. And I loved this. I think it's really cute. I stitched this on 14 count rustic oatmeal Aida. It's the 14 count Aida that you can buy from Wal Mart in this color. I thought this was a great project for it. I thought that it lent itself to a really simple fabric, and I simplified it even more than her pattern. I made the carrots all one color. I kept the carrot patch a light color. I didn't add any back stitching, except I did the whiskers. I kept the whiskers. And then all of the colors have been changed to whatever I had left over from my Lizzie Kate spring string. I thought the colors were similar and that they lent themselves to this pattern perfectly, and I really like how this came out. So as usual, or if you're new here, in the description box below, I will have a link to my website, which I will have all of my show notes. That means that everything I discuss here, I will have linked in that one post on my website, BriannaLentz.com. That's easier for me, and I think that's pretty easy for you. So, love this. I will FFO this, and somebody asked if I was gonna make this into a pillow, and my original idea was not to, but for ease for finishing this, I just might. Stay tuned. But I want that up and done because all of my spring decor is out. Second is Scattered Seed Samplers Spring Delivery. I'm sure you guys are sick of seeing this, but I'm almost done, you guys. I thought I was going to make this a finish this week, and I just, I failed just short of the finish line. But I finished the basket, and I finished all of the chicks, and all that I have left is the 1, 2, 3 up in the corner. I mean, I'm almost there. I just decided to go to sleep last night, and I have a thread hanging. Excuse me. So uncouth. Anyway. I'm stitching this all in DMC, and do I have what I'm stitching it on? Yeah, I'm stitching it on 28 count flax casual linen. So yeah, this dude is almost done. Love it. I still have time to enjoy him for Easter too. Like I have another month, so I'm okay. I'm glad I started it so early though, because my life seems to change week to week, week to week, week to week. And there's all kinds of new projects we want to do that second. So anyway, so I really enjoyed that. I have my next project already kitted. And that one is, let me take it out of the bag. It is Little House Needlework Spring Band Sampler. This was very popular a few years ago. And I have had this kitted up since I lived in Colorado. And I just haven't gotten to it yet. I've had, well, kitted up, I mean, I've had the DMCs but I finally picked out the fabric. So with the same Aida that I worked on for the carrot patch, I'm going to use for this. I think it'll lend itself really well. I did a floss toss. I don't think I've ever said that before. I did a floss toss. Anyway. And can you tell that it's morning and I've had my coffee and it's not like worn off yet? This is like a whole new Brie you haven't seen before. Anyway. Okay, let's see. Oh, I'm just mutilating that. It's just not cute. But see, I think that this will pop enough. I think it's the same color as the other white. So if it blends in a little bit, like I'm cool with that. That doesn't bother me because there's not that much white. Like, okay, there is a substantial amount of white, but it's not prominent. And there's enough around it that it'll pop, even if it does blend into the background a little bit. But I really like this lighter color and I think it's really, pretty. I already have my little dot. I decided to use a water-soluble marker because, okay, this is a tangent. So you know how we had that snap of cold here in Oklahoma and Texas? You know those friction pens, those heat transfer pens, those friction pens? Well, I've never had a problem with them, like using them and then you iron them off and then they're not supposed to come back. But then you have people that's like, no, they come back. And I'm like, I haven't had that issue, like to each their own. And then I was reading a thread and they were saying in the cold states, what you'll see is like on your quilts, if you use them in the super cold, they will come back. And I was like, oh. So I haven't tested that theory, but it did urge me to use a water-soluble pen instead of a heat transfer pen. However, I still use heat transfer pens a lot, but I just thought, I'll try it. Why not, right? Oh, here comes my daughter. Like I said, both my daughters are here, and oh, she wants to say hi. I think this has become like her thing. Oh, let's see if she is a floating on a doll. Can you say hi?
Hi. So, welcome back to our channel.
Welcome back to our channel. Oh, can you say, what's your name?
Julesy Lentz.
Julesy Lentz. Good job.
I'm Brianna Lentz.
And I'm Brianna Lentz. Good girl. All right, go back to Sissy.
Okay.
Thank you.
Bye, YouTube channel.
That's cute. Okay, so I also wanted to share a previous finish. And I did not look up the name of this, but it is a Dimensions kit, also bought at Wal Mart. I stitched this when we were first moving into our house. We had about a month before, like when we lived in the house, but it wasn't actually sold yet, so we actually rented from the sellers for a month before we were able to close. It was just something that had to happen. Something had to happen before. Anyway, we moved from Colorado, like we were here, and we were able, fortunately, to live in the house that we were buying instead of having to be in a hotel for a month and then store our truck. Anyway, so with that, I stitched a kit that I was able to buy from Wal Mart, and I love it. It is so cute. In my notes, I will, I'll link to what this is called. But anyway, I really liked this. There's some back stitching at the end, which really makes the whole thing, but I think it is so cute. And I will also link, I have like a craft with me video, like one of my first videos on YouTube, where I finished this and I finished another, oh yeah, I finished this and I finished this. Be silly, be honest, be kind. This is part of a Lizzie Kate pattern. I just did the bottom section and I changed all the colors. And so I finished both of these in the craft video. So if you're interested in watching that, I will also link that down below. The thing is when I did it, I had to take, like, I had to MacGyver it. Oh no. Aha, we got it. So anyway, yeah, so this actually sits in my kitchen behind glass where I have my ball jars. And I love it. It makes me very happy. It sits in the kitchen during spring, and then during You settled? Okay, so she's crafting over there. She's a crafter, natural crafter. I don't know where she gets it from. Anyway, so I love this. Like I said, I had to MacGyver it, so you just have to set it just right. It's a business in the front, party in the back kind of a piece. You know what I'm saying? You know. Anyway, so that's my stitching. I had a lot of stitching to talk about today, unbeknownst to me, but I thought I wasn't going to have anything to talk about. Oh, also, I got the March Lizzie Kate, and I got the April Lizzie Kate. I haven't started on March, and I forgot to buy the threads. So I think I'm going to have to skip this one and catch up during the year, and then go ahead and get the threads for April and start on April, and then just try to catch up through the year. I'm not going to stress about it. Stitching shouldn't be stressful. You know what I mean? So yeah, like I said, that is stitching. Let me talk about my crochet dinosaur, and then I have something else I want to talk to you about too that's related to stitching. So just let me talk about this because it's right here. So this is my dinosaur with hatching egg. I recorded a video on this with a full pattern review. I also have a full pattern review on my website. This is a pattern by LauraLovesCrochet. I will link her shop down below, specifically in my notes.
Can I just show them the baby?
No, go ahead and sit down. I want to get through this video, okay? Go on, go sit down. So, love her. She's made using Red Heart Super Saver yarn. And the whole point of this dinosaur, other than being adorable, is the underneath side. So inside is an egg, and it is held in place with a chain closure and button. And then you have the egg, and then inside the egg, she's playing her DS, so she talks to herself, if you can hear her, is a baby. How cute, right? So if you want to see more details, go to those videos and posts that I mentioned. But yes, I will share one more thing. Is the cool thing about this pattern too is the inside is fully enclosed. Like it's a fully enclosed little sack for the egg. Loved this pattern. Love it, love it, love it. If you haven't seen some of these patterns by Laura Loves Crochet, I highly suggest you go and just take a look at her Etsy store because it's just fun. She came out with really fun patterns, and that's what I'm into right now, is just having fun with the stuff I'm making. I feel like I was taking it really seriously for a while, and yeah, you need to like do a good job. Absolutely, that's still serious. But just having more fun with my colors and everything. That's what I'm talking about. So that was a lot of fun. Let me go get the other thing I've been working on. Let's see, last weekend, the girls and I wanted to do a sewing project together, and we were going to do mug rugs first. And we went to Wal Mart, and I let the girls pick out some fat quarters, and I thought this would be great for Fiona. She's 8 years old. She helped me quilt them, and then like I said, I'm going back into quilting, and I wanted to practice binding. So I thought mug rugs would be the perfect way for me to practice those things. So we made 2 Harry Potter mug rugs because we don't have Netflix. We don't have the internet to do much streaming. So like we rewatch movies a lot, and one of the movie series we watch a lot is Harry Potter. So we made mug rugs, one for Fiona, which is hers, and then another one for somebody else to use to put their drink down while we're watching Harry Potter.
Mine!
Okay, yours. And I'm getting there in just a minute, okay? Okay, just a minute, okay?
I want to show them.
You want to show them? Okay, hold on.
So these are mine, and they're beautiful.
And they're beautiful.
Let me show you the back.
Here, let me tip this down. Ooh, there we go. Okay, ready? That's the back. Show them the front. What's the front look like? So here, look, the back is bunnies. Remember, I'm trying to teach myself how to bind, so be gentle when you're seeing the backs.
And these are the bunnies too. So these are the big bunnies. And these are the bubble bunnies.
Yes, and these, you picked these out, right? You picked out the fabric.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And those are my favorite colors.
They're your favorite colors. Okay, I'm gonna keep these. Go craft. Hi. Close up. Anybody ready for their close up? I don't know if I was, but here I am. Anyway, so yeah, super cute. So Fiona did the quilting and then I did the binding. Now here's a little story time. I tried really hard to do the machine binding. I have done, I did these last year, and I did this quilt as you go method, and then I did it where you had like the inch around and then you do your miter quarters, like it's, what is it, self-binding mug rug. I did that. Worked out pretty good. And I machine quilted it, and these are my first ones, technically, from last year. Okay, and then with these, I did like the regular binding, like I cut out strips and then I put it around. My machine binding was terrible. It was awful. And I tried it twice. I ripped it out. And then one of these is significantly smaller because I completely just cut it off. So I just decided I sewed it on the front, and then I went around and stitched it on the back. And I'm not mad at myself that they're not perfect, because you just got to keep practicing. If you're not naturally good at something, you just got to keep practicing and you will be good at it. You will be able to be good at anything as long as you keep up at it. And so I think that a big reason why I haven't quilted more is because of the binding, because it's that finishing detail where I'm just like, why am I going to put forth that effort if it's going to look like, that's a terrible way to look at things. And I don't look at things that way anymore. And so I'm going to quilt, because now that I'm changing things up in my house and I'm lightening things up, I want light quilts. I want one with Tula Pink fabric, and I want one with Lori Holt fabric, and I want one with this other fabric. And I'm going to work hard. I'm going to be able to buy this materials where, you know, or a Lori Holt design. She has some of the cutest designs, and there's just a lot of binding that happens. So I'm just going to have to get over it and practice, because I want one of Lori Holt's chicken blocks. They're so cute. And I love the one with her jars. I love that fabric line. And I love her blues and her yellows. And then I'm a little obsessed with Tula Pink. I found her on Instagram, and she has like Tula Talk Tuesdays. And I love her fabric. You know, she was living in California and LA when I was probably in high school and stuff like that. And so there's just some background in some of her art that just really kind of reminds me of, like, I don't know, when I was cool, you know, and it just, I love it. I love the art in her fabric too. And so she has shown me some of the patterns by Annie and some of her Tula Talk Tuesdays, and I thought that is a behemoth of a project. It's a lot of binding, and I want to do that. So I want to do the quilt blocks by Lori Holt, and I want to do some of the some other projects using Tula Pink fabric too, some of like the really wild, crazy fabric colors. So I'm gonna go with, like, you know, more of my house, like the modern prim with Lori Holt, and then Bodacious Babe colors with Tula Pink. To go with my stitching, I wanted to say that I have some new bags in my Etsy shop. I have dusted off the cobwebs, and I am making bags again, which is very exciting. My machine has been getting a workout. I'm making my 2-inch flat bottom bags. It's 12 inches wide, 11 inches tall, I think. So this one is in my shop right now. It's hot pink, white stitching, and this really cute fabric, which reminds me of cotton and steel from a couple of years ago. I got it at Wal Mart. I think it's so cute. So these all have straps and a flat bottom. So these are great if you're a multi-crafter, even if you're just a stitcher and you have a bigger project. I use these for crochet knitting. I used one of these size bags actually right now. This is one of the ones I made. This is my extra large sweater size bag. I don't have any in the shop right now. When I first started making bags back in like 2017, 2018, this is the size I started with. And right now I have all of my wool that I have for another project in here. So this is my extra large sweater bag. I don't have any of these made right now. This is my large size bag. So we have this one. We have this one, which is really cute. It's cacti, dots, and little rainbows. I love the color scheme on this. And it has a black zipper and mint green fabric to match the outside on the inside. I love this one too. So this one's available for purchase. A link to my shop, Brianna Lentz shop on Etsy, will be linked down below. For myself, I made this one, and my daughter, Julesy, has already said that she wants it. So yellow was all the rage, and now pink is her favorite, especially dark pink, but dark pink had, you know, had to be used for the shop. So no, you don't need it. You're like cutting stuff over there. You don't need that. And then also in my shop, I have a sea turtle bag, which might seem random, but this is probably one of my most sold fabrics is sea turtles and sea life. I had somebody request a custom sea turtle bag, and I decided to put more in my shop. And it's been very popular. I actually, at my antique booth, the owner's daughter asked if I had more of these made, and she chose this fabric, and she chose an eagle fabric, which had a defect on the fabric, which I didn't realize until I was like 80% done with it. So now I have to go run and get more of it because it's just how it works sometimes, but that's okay. So I put super glue on the defect, and I'm just gonna keep it for myself, and I'm gonna make a new one for her. So she is gonna get a sea turtle bag and an eagle bag. This one, however, will be in my shop if this interests you. And see, it's a flat bottom bag with boxed out corners on the bottom. And I'm gonna be continuing to make these and dust those cobwebs off on my Etsy store. I haven't made these bags since last year, and I'm kind of obsessed with it. I already have like the next 10 fabrics chosen. I might already have fabric ordered from Joann's on the way here. Did you guys get that sale at Joann's? It just ended last night, but it was major. Like you could get 20% off online and then $2.99 shipping. That's crazy because my nearest Joann's is in Tulsa, yeah, I think it's Tulsa, it might be Broken Arrow, but that's an hour and a half away. So $2.99 shipping, I'm sold. So is that it? I have been all over the place. So yeah, I think that's it. My snake is almost done. I'll share that next week, next episode. But I will be uploading its own video. I have a couple single videos coming out on YouTube. Bags, Brianna Lentz shop. Go check those out. I love making these. Crochet Dinosaur. Mug rugs, a lot of sewing, quilting, purchasing, stitching. I was going to show you what I'm thinking about working on next, but I think I've talked enough. So yeah, I've got a lot coming up in the next couple of weeks. So the next episode is going to be really fun. I think in the next episode, I'm going to come up with a giveaway. So stay tuned, not this week, but the next episode. So stay tuned for that. I hope you've all been doing really well. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for liking the video. And I hope you guys are all doing super good. And I hope you have a great week coming up and that you enjoy the changes coming into spring and that daylight savings, spring forward, doesn't hit you too hard. All right, I'll see you guys in my next projects. Bye.